Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstay it, your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You on the Christ when the breath on the set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest, oh well. I don't need no scale. I've been on my, I don't need no help. Always getting money, rain, snow, sleet, hell. Keep it on me 'cause my name ring bells. People see me and can't help themselves. See me and themselves. I wouldn't wanna be anybody else. I never used to think I'd be a magazine cover. They keep on trying to find new ways to push my buttons. I came out of the jungle where it rained and it thundered, but I bring the heat like the summer. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll...
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Washington Redskins. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Ready, set. 53, check 53. And tight. Check. Fresno.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Ready? 15 line. 15 line. Get that quarterback and all come. Hey, exit.
On second and 11 now. Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Jones. It's caught, Shepard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards and a giant first down. A lot of people thinking that this could be a good year for Sterling Shepard to step out of the shadows of Odell Beckham Jr. But a season ago, pretty good for Sterling Shepard. 66 receptions, 872 yards, and now hoping for a 1,000-yard campaign in 2019. A first down carry for Barkley. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
60 or. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. Spot.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 39. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So line of scrimmage still to 39 on second and 10. This ball complete. Jones to Ingram. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a second and 14. Throwing Jones. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Switch.
They'll go with Darius Geis, who missed all of 2018 with injury. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Rush in.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll run with Geis. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Darius Geis, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Got it.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On the draw, this is Barkley. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
Come on, set. 60 out long. 80 weapon. Take up.
On first down, Barkley. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
18 Gator. Blue draw Porter.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd
down.
From the 45 on second down. Jones. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back, part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And only able to muster a couple, down to about the 27.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Giants on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to 4th down.
Let's get it.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. Here's a sneak with Jones. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
On 2nd and a couple, Haskins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Complete to Paul Richardson. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Redskins.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go, here we go. Undercut, undercut, undercut. Deuce, deuce, deuce. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check 3.
On the ground, it's Geis. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Snap comes at 1. Now Haskins. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Leonard Williams in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
3rd down, here's Haskins. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Love. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards that time.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On first down, this is Geis. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Geis with the carry on second down. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try and get it with Geis. And he's got room. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Jones. And this one complete to Levine Toilolo. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
13 yards on the play.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up the first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Looking to throw on second down. Jones. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. But now it's third down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. This time they stay on the ground. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
Keep playing hard.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
First down, Washington.
Got it. Here's the mic. Go 58's the mic. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Check 24. Check 24.
On first down, it's Haskins. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
49. Check 49. Check 49. Kill. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Alert flag.
Now it's Haskins. Flush to his right. And he finds McLaurin. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
SOS. Whip. Watch the whip. Watch the six.
Now a give, right side, it's Geis. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
It's a pickup of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
He's coming. We got double up. Yeah. Go back. We got motion. Back up.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. To throw on 3rd down, Haskins. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jones now operating from the gun. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Check 52. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Tight dog. Right show. Come on. Safety's creeping. 6 guy. Check 6 guy. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Now a run with Geis. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Under 10. Under 10. Max box. Right.
From the 17, Haskins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Check 31. Joker. Check 24. Check 50. Back.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Now, the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Kill. He's checking. Crash.
This is Geis. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Third and 2, now Haskins. Complete, Richardson has it. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Hopkins with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
6-man.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a second and long.
Ready? Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, we got to get this. Ready?
Again, it's Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Brings up third down and 16.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And where did this one go out? Not good. Let's see. They're going to say inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All day, baby. All day. All day.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
3 buzz. Check 26, check 26. 22, check, Bama. 22, check, Bama.
2nd and 10 now. Haskins. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Haskins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Charles Clay has tied in the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
On 2nd down, Peterson. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Big ass. Watch twist. Shift. Watch the shift. Zip it.
They run with Geis. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A gain of 7 might change the thought process here as they have some options on 4th and goal. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis. Biggest game of Barkley's rookie year on the ground came against these Redskins. Week 14 a season ago, 14 carries, 170 yards. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Saquon Barkley running right. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. On 3rd down, Barkley. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
On 4th down, McCoy. And Ingram hauls it in. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now McCoy. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Jones. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Jones on 1st down. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Jones. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Haskins going to try to throw it. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The intended target was the rookie Terry McLaurin, and that'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Echo. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Okay. It's our time. Switch. Yeah.
2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Hey, watch the slant. Go. 24 is the mic. Let's go. Switch. Go. Motion.
Now Haskins on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Richardson. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A very solid gain of 27.
And the Redskin first down.
From midfield now, Haskins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Redskins, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL.